Hello, welcome to the WU Executive Academy video podcast. I'm Hanung Sasavila. Today, our guest is Professor Charles Caliendo from Carlson School, University of Minnesota. He teaches classes on financial statement analysis and accounting courses to the first-year MBA students and also the executive MBA students around the world. Thank you for being with us today, Professor. We're talking about managerial accounting in this course. What is actually focus of managerial accounting, and is there any significant difference of focus for the executives and professionals?
Well, managerial accounting, although it's called accounting, really is almost a microeconomics sort of course where we determine what it is that the business itself or the firm itself wants to do and what strategies they want to ensue. However, the course mainly focuses on costing and costing our products and what those products are costing us to make. So many times managers will need to make strategic decisions and they need data and information from the accounting department in order to make those decisions. A good example might be, how much should we sell a product for? Well, the marketing department will tell us how much to sell the product for, but we can't sell a product for less than it's costing us to make. So the accounting department comes in and tells us what it's costing to make. In addition, another example might be, should we close a division in Croatia or perhaps in another country? Well, if we close this division, how will it affect the rest of the business, and will our costs decrease enough in order to make it worthwhile to close this division? So these are the issues that surround managerial accounting.
I see. Based on your observation or experience as a lecturer, what is the key challenge that the executive face in learning managerial accounting?
Well, many executives have been out of school for a long time and they're very involved in their jobs themselves, and many of them don't get the opportunity to deal with accounting very much, or accountants for that matter. And one of the things that they have trouble with is sort of backing up and realizing that accounting plays a major role in an organization. And one of my most difficult problems that I have is getting them to understand the important role that accountants play in the organization and overcoming any biases and prejudices that many people have against accountants and accounting departments in their organizations.
And do you have any particular teaching method or technical support that you use in class to keep the attention level from your students high and improve the learning transfer?
Of course, there's many strategies and things that I need to use for executive students that I wouldn't use when I teach a younger crowd, perhaps. So some of the things that I do is I understand that executives spend a lot of time on computers and they're typically very technologically savvy. And so we need to adopt that into our classroom to make sure that we have them understanding that we're just as technologically savvy. The other thing about executives is that sometimes they're not willing to be as patient to wait and listen to lectures. They want to get into things and do things right away. So many of the things that I use try to accommodate to that, such as group projects, case studies. We use a lot of case studies. And they go off and they do things in groups because executives can learn from each other, maybe more than they can learn from me. They have lots of experience to bring to the class. And then technologically, we use things such as internet-based learning aids. So the students can go on the internet at their own time and learn. And then the newest thing that I've added to the classes is something called the handheld clicker device, or that's kind of the colloquial name for it. It's an interactive learning device that gives instant responses from the students themselves.